A direct military order from President Trump concerning the standoff with Iran and the Strait of Hormuz has just put the entire world on high alert. And really, it all boils down to 3 words.
Yeah, 3 words posted just a few hours ago, and they've completely changed the stakes of this conflict.
And there it is. That's the full, pretty stunning order issued directly from President Trump's social media. I mean, this is a really unconventional move, bypassing all the traditional military channels.
So let's be absolutely crystal clear about what we're looking at here. This is not just political tough talk or, some kind of warning shot. This is an official command given to the United States military. And frankly, it could change everything in the next 24 hours.
Okay, so what does this order actually mean on the ground or, well, on the water? It's really a 3-part command, and we're going to break down each piece right now.
So here's the breakdown. First, and this is the crucial point, any Iranian boat laying mines is to be engaged and destroyed immediately, on site. Second, the president has ordered minesweeping operations to triple their current pace. And then third, he's asserted what he's calling total control over the waterway. That means no ship can enter or leave without the U.S. Navy's okay. It is, for all intents and purposes, an absolute lockdown.
Now, to really get why this is such a massive escalation, we need to talk about this narrow strip of water. It's so much more than just a shipping lane. It's been a flashpoint for global power for centuries.
Just look at that number, 20%. Let that sink in for a second. 1/5 of the entire world's oil supply is just stuck. It can't move through the Strait of Hormuz because of this standoff. So this isn't just some regional conflict. This is a global economic crisis just waiting to happen. This really gets to the heart of Iran's strategy here. It's classic asymmetric warfare. You have to see it from their perspective. A full U.S. naval blockade is crippling their economy, so this is their way to exert some leverage. Instead of trying to fight the U.S. Navy head-on, which they can't do, they use these small, fast gunboats to lay naval mines. It effectively turns the strait into a really high-risk zone for the very oil tankers they're being blocked from using. And here you can really see the mismatch, right? You've got these little, nimble Iranian boats zipping around, and then these colossal, slow-moving oil tankers. It's a classic David versus Goliath scenario, except this time a single miscalculation could have absolutely devastating consequences for everyone. So how on earth did we get here so fast? Well, this didn't happen in a vacuum. It started on April 13th, when the U.S. began a blockade of Iranian ports, something Tehran sees as straight-up economic warfare. Then, just this week, U.S. forces seize another tanker they accused of smuggling Iranian oil. Each move has been met with a countermove, leading us directly to today's shoot-on-sight order. It's a textbook case of rapid escalation. Okay, this is the part that really matters to pretty much everyone, no matter where you live. This whole standoff has a very real price tag, and it's being paid by households all across the globe. In the United States, it means gas prices are skyrocketing, which also pushes up the cost of food. Over in the UK, it's keeping energy prices stubbornly high and putting a real wrench in diplomatic efforts. For places like Canada and Australia, you're paying more at the pump because all those oil shipments have to be diverted. And in Germany, they are looking at dangerously high energy costs just as they head into summer. This is a global problem, for sure. So the huge question is, where do we go from here? With a direct shoot and kill order now in effect, the next few hours are absolutely critical. Let's look at 3 possible scenarios for what could happen next. All right, scenario 1 is the best case outcome. Iran stops what it's doing, the strait reopens, and everyone gets back to the negotiating table. Scenario 2? Honestly, this is the most dangerous one. A miscalculation, a split-second decision by either side leads to an exchange of fire. Iran retaliates just like they promised, and this fragile ceasefire just collapses into open war. And then there's scenario 3, which is kind of like limbo. The tense standoff just continues, keeping oil prices high and the world on edge, while maybe, just maybe, some back-channel talks slowly get started. Now, here's a really interesting twist. According to President Trump, a major part of the problem is a leadership rift happening inside Iran. He's claiming they're really struggling to present a unified front. And you can really picture this internal tug of war that he's describing. On one side, you have moderates who think, a deal is still possible. But on the other, you've got the hardliners who are ready for a confrontation. And according to this perspective, whichever group wins this internal argument could very well decide the outcome for all of us. So let's just summarize where things stand right now on what is day 53 of this conflict. The next 24 hours are going to be absolutely pivotal.
So here's the bottom line. That shoot and kill order is active. U.S. military activity in the region has tripled. The ceasefire that was in place is holding on by a thread. Iran has promised over and over that they will respond to any U.S. attack. The very next Iranian gunboat that enters that strait could be the trigger.
And that really leaves us with the one single question that matters right now. Faced with a direct order to shoot on sight, will Iran's leadership choose to back down, or will they retaliate? The entire world is waiting for the answer.